Welcome back to Health Matters. Joining me now is Karen Claire Koski, and she's a content producer of Energy Works magazine, which specializes in conceptualizing all modalities of energy, chi, and prana. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. What is your interest in energy medicine, energy healing?
Well, I came about it a long journey. I started off with feng shui.
Okay.
I dabbled in it, I designed in it, and I produced and researched for television and film and magazines and wrote about it. So as the years went on, I included other energy philosophies, learning the other Eastern philosophies, and using the medical philosophies like Ayurvedic, the Hindu philosophies, and Reiki, the spiritual. And it didn't come to be until I myself needed to explore energy healing myself that I believed it wholeheartedly.
So it's your own personal journey.
It's my own.
Was there an illness that?
I had, well, just life in itself is a trauma, and I had encountered some unusual issues growing up. But along the way, I encountered an ailment called trigeminal neuralgia, and I was struck quite hard with it. It's a neurological problem where it's extreme pain and strikes of great radiating, excruciating pain. And in order to cope, not to say that the energy healing healed it, it helped me cope along the journey of medication and surgery. I had brainstem surgery to correct it.
Sure, yeah, because it's part of the trigeminal nerve, which is the largest nerve in the face, and any type of sensation on the face from touch, pain, temperature will produce a shooting pain.
It will.
And medicine calls it like one of the most, like you said, excruciating pains, tic douloureux, right?
Yes, and with it, accompanying with it, is these facial gestures that are embarrassing to have in public. So it's a silent ailment that nobody really knows how to deal with. And if people can't see an illness, aside from the in conjunction with the mental health issues, people don't really care and they don't know how to deal with it. So it's a very lonely, powerfully non-functioning ailment, and I'm very glad to see the back end of it.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that you experienced that, but you had the corrective surgery, and that was a success for you.
It was.
And you also sought out energy healing modalities, and that helped you to cope with the illness? Or?
It did, and on the journey, I had tried other people healing me. So I tried the route of acupuncture, and the reflexology, and the pranic healing. And it wasn't, and yes, these all helped me along the way, but what helped me the most was applying it to myself. So when you get into the mindset of I'm going to heal because I have to, because I'm doing it myself, and with all intentions, 90% of it is belief. If you believe it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So I have come to know energy healing as something I believe in because I've applied it to myself.
Well, sure, science is even now validating that 1/3 of all healing is due to the placebo, and that's belief.
And that's all you need.
And I think it's more than 1/3.
I actually think it's more than 1/3 as well.
Yeah, but science, you know,
well, we have
they won't give us that extra yet.
They won't, and I can understand why. And I was always cynical. I get skeptic. Oh, is this going to work? Someone's got their hands on me. I don't know if I'm going to draw in energy from an area, a modality, a healing practice. I'm not so sure, but I'm coming to a point now that networking with all these practitioners that do all this, there's so many people, and that's how I got into bringing all this together, not only from my own experience, but teaching it to others by making and creating an online portal that networks all these practitioners, all these believers. I am promoting their work, and I'm facilitating it, and I'm teaching anybody who wishes to see what's available.
That's amazing, Karen. I love your magazine, Energy Works magazine, and one of the things I really appreciate about your content is that it's global. I mean, you have authors from, you know, Ireland, a shamanic psychotherapist. You have Feng Shui in South Africa.
I do.
I mean, it's all over the world. You're collecting all these goodies in your content.
Well, historically, ancient peoples and tribes all found different ways of healing. We call chi, energy, prana. All the world over, everybody has their own particular belief. Even spirit is energy. And if we want to go that route, the healing of the mind and the body and the soul are such so infinitely linked that we must have one to complete the other. So health really is dependent on your mental, your mind, your body, and your soul. And that brings into the spiritual realm of energy healing.
So do you think the body is a reflection of our mind?
Yes, because the body says no. In my particular incidents, I had, without going into detail, several emotional traumas and physical traumas and things that wore away at my system, including the trigeminal neuralgia, because just surviving it on its own just wears away, and you're always in a state of anxiety. Oh my God, is this going to hit me now, or is it going to hit me later? So my body said no to all the circumstances that had built up my entire life. And I can see that collectively, if my mind knew how my body felt, or my body had memories of how my mind felt, then my soul, or spiritually, or my mental state of mind, depending on what area you want to call it, and whatever phrases you want to call it, I think they're so connected.
Wow. And for your magazine, like, how can people write in your magazine?
Well, that's what we're doing. We're working on an energy exchange. This is a non-profit kind of thing because it's free and it's on the internet, and it's merely a portal of networking. The contributors do just that. They contribute, and they are experts in their own field. So a acupuncturist per se would say, I'm going to talk about traditional Chinese medicine and how it influences us. They benefit by having a large trafficking e-portal, and I benefit by speaking to an expert instead of researching the information myself. And this energy exchange goes on, and it's global, and it's really, really wonderful.
That's such a great platform that you have, Karen. Congratulations, and I wish you so much success on Energy Works magazine. Check it out online. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on Health Matters. As a final note, I will leave you with a quote by Shakespeare. He wrote, "Nothing is either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." Have yourself a wonderful day.